Hey, how's it going? This looks a little crooked. I'm gonna try something tonight. And I found it in, I think I have everything ready. Just a minute. This book that doesn't have a title. Doesn't have a cover. I have a cover. I have the cover. Oh, where did I? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't have the cover, but this is the title. A Handbook of Arts and Crafts for Elementary and Junior High School Teachers. So, I used to teach 4th grade in a Lutheran school, and I can't even begin to tell you where I got this book from. It's nice, has nice yellowed pages to it and everything. And the copyright is second printing, 1968. Yes, probably I'm going to say somebody gave it to me. So, that's what I'm getting. All kinds of these ideas. I have them. I'm not going to show each craft from there, but like the ones I think I can do with the supplies I have. So, requires wax paper. I'm using Artesa, only I'm not using the toothy side. I'm using the non-toothy side, the smooth side. Artesa, on one of my Artesa sketch. Yeah, that's the way it is today. 5.5 by 8.5 size paper. My little scissors fell. I don't know if I'm going to need this or not. But I do have water. It requires some water. It requires wax paper over a piece of watercolor paper. You can probably use other types of paper. I don't recommend anything less, like anything thin, like copy paper. I don't recommend that. Or maybe a thin cardstock, probably also not recommended, because I'm also going to apply watercolor paints. I have 2 sets here. And so you need something, some type of paper that's going to withstand, or that's me trying to, kind of hold up to the watercolors. Okay, now I'm going to draw a picture with this paintbrush. The handle of this paintbrush. This is a Winsor & Newton number 5. Protected with a sleeve. And so what I do is I put this wax paper over this. I'm going to go over here, so maybe I can get more than a picture. I do have 2 pieces of this watercolor paper torn out, so the other one's over here. And I'm just going to draw. I've been, like, oh, what should I draw? What should I draw? But I'm just gonna do the basic flower. I was gonna do the house tree person drawing, but that is a psychology test, and I really don't want you to see what my mind is like according to my drawings. You can, I'm sure you can draw a conclusion. So I'm just gonna draw some grass. Alright, I'm just gonna do that. And you're probably not even gonna see the picture because I'm gonna draw a flower. I don't even know what I'm drawing because I can't see. Some leaves. I'm only going by some of these. Looks like a flower, doesn't it? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. No problem. So I want to do some more grass here. see what we can get. Now, I did try this, maybe 2 weeks ago, I think. And what I tried is, I tried watercolor markers, and I can tell you that even though you're not quite sure what I'm going to do, I can tell you that watercolor markers do not fit the bill for this craft, or for this art. It's not really a craft, is it? For this art activity. Please do not judge my flowers when hopefully it'll turn out. Hopefully. I want to get some of those veins in there, you know. Oh, that's bad. Don't move your paper. Don't move the paper. I'm going to bring that up a little more. I moved it again. I know it. Okay. Now I'm going to take this away. Take it away. Ooh, and you can kind of see some imprints. I did press down. There is kind of a point to this. So, and also I was thinking, oh, I hope I'm not like poking holes in here, but it really doesn't matter. It kind of matters if you poke holes. So, like that looks like a hole. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe that's just wax. So, oh, I might color that in too. Okay, I wonder if I could do that with alcohol ink markers. Work really well on wax paper. And because I did something last week. What did I do last week? Blue says hi. Later when I listen to this, I'll be thinking, I can't even hear that cat say anything, but he said something. Okay. So, let me move this towards you. Oh, maybe I should move in, right? So you can see. Was that too far? That was maybe too far. I'm going to move the water out a little more. Okay. There are hairs on the screen panel. But not, hopefully not hairs on the... You know, this is on manual focus, so why is it? All right. Now, I'm going to try green. Put a little green here. I'm going to try green for the stems. Now, when I did this before, oh, I remember. I actually showed that picture when I was showing the salt colors or whatever. I'm going to see, this is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to resist the color because it's wax. Ooh, that's cool. I want to get a little more wetness on there. My little tub here is loose, so that's all that clattering that you hear. And I wanted to see if I could go up. How far I could go up on the stem. Not a whole lot. And I kind of want to take out the little paint pan here. So when I did the ones with the watercolor markers, I thought, hey, I wonder if this will work with watercolor markers. It doesn't work very well with watercolor markers because it doesn't, like, the marker kind of goes into the grooves or into the wax paper area and actually colors in those wax paper areas, and I thought that was weird. Even though, you know, you add water later. And I colored it all with blue, and I thought, wow, maybe I want to get more water, put it on this little palette jobby thing here from Winsor & Newton. And it's so cool. I don't know what the cat's doing. He likes to play while I'm talking to my viewers. I'd say excuse me or excuse him, but you know, he does that all the time. And I'm talking to my viewers. So what would I change so far about this? I think what I would change the most about this would be to have some type of paint ready to go to paint on this. I don't think I've ever done this before, even though I know that this has been around for a long time. Now, didn't I draw leaves? I could have sworn I drew leaves. Oh, it's up here. It's up here further. That's right. This one had high leaves. So when I'm going off track, I realize, because I'm fascinated by this, so I break in for an ooh, ah, look at that type of deal. And when I did it with the Arteza watercolor markers, I colored it with just blue colors. And the whole page was blue. And I thought, you know, it would have been great to color different colors instead of just blue, like do the grass green and maybe blue on the sky or something. And all I did, also flowers, I did flowers for that too. So I want to bring this over more. I also want to add a little bit more here on the palette. You can't see the palette because I'm too zoomed in for you. So even when I do that, which looks like I'm trying to get into the stem, it's not going into the stem. So the wax paper, with the wax paper's help, there's a little resist there. So this is technically a type of watercolor resist. Now I see I'm going into, there's a petal there. So let's see. Excuse my reach. I'm also going to grab a baby wipe. Uh-oh. Blue. No. No blue. Okay, so let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know what that means. Are you coming to look out the window? Oh, are you going to hang out there? Awesome. Blue is right next to us. Okay, I'm going to do maybe purple. Maybe maybe I don't know. Maybe yellow. Let's try them on this side. I want to see if I can get don't know if I can see it. No blue. Stay right there. I didn't really do much with one of these. I did dots. One of inside the middle here. I can't even see. I can't see the... Oh, this one. Is there any kind of... any kind of definition or detail that's sticking out on the wax paper? It would help to remember, where did I put the center? Don't get excited, Blue. At night before I go to sleep, I take my whatever water is left in my water glass and I pour it into his water bowl. And when it makes bubbles, he likes to chase after the bubbles with his mouth. Occasionally he does it with his paw, and that makes me yell at him, "Don't do the paw!" Okay. So, let me try, I'm going to try the orange for the petals. I'm also going to use this. And I need to have the wide strokes, you know, I need to fan it out. So I'm just going to blend it right in with the yellow. Now you can see. You can see where the petals are outlined. That's so cool. Okay, and now I'm going to blend a little red with this orange. There wasn't a whole lot of orange there. Oh, that is so cool. Uh-oh. There's a cat behind me. That is so cool. And now let's see what goes really well with the red. Not a whole lot. Let's see, maybe, oh, maybe the purple. What's new, Blue? And the yellow. I know, we're muddying things up. It doesn't matter. I like it anyway. I think we're just going after the effect. And maybe we will throw, oh, no. Even after doing that, it's still enough to resist that the wax is into the paper. And with this, I think I'm going to clean that out with the wipe and put a little bit of water into. Right. Are you leaving us, Blue? Uh-oh. I don't know where he's going. But he's going. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to take this one a little bit finer. And put some green on it. Guess I should tell you what I'm doing. There's a little bit of muddiness here between the red and the green. Oh, that is not turning out the way I want it to turn out here. Nice and quiet. And then just kind of shade in the areas between those veins. And then maybe give it a little bit more. Give the stem a little bit more definition to it. And I could even do, I have just like a little bit of water moistness here on the palette. I kind of add a few more blades of grass, only now with the paint instead of the wax paper. You should try this, it's very relaxing. If you think you've made a mistake, like here I thought, uh-oh, way too much green. And you just kind of move on. You can always kind of shade it in a little more, add a little more water to it. I don't know if I want to. Do I want to? Bring it out more. Oh, see now. You can't even see that. I can't believe I did that to you. Okay, so let me tell you what I did. I went through and just kind of took the green paint It's over here. Now, I know you can't see that. The palette's over to the right. And why my paint pans here are making so much noise. Why they're so loose, I should say. And then here, gingerly tap the pan. I wonder if you saw me add the green to the other leaf. Oh, that looks cool right there. Okay, just a minute. When in doubt, baby wipe it out. We got a new phrase now. That's also cool where the dark, see right there? That kind of gives it, that is so cool. It almost gives it a three-dimensional look. So that might be not such a bad idea to do a wash of sorts around the area and then take the baby wipe and go around it like this. And it'll keep that little area, it'll actually push that paint toward that edge and give you that three-dimensional little look there. That's wild. That's a new idea. Yeah, man. Or you could try and wipe away the... I don't think it's going to work. Let's go upside down. Drive all my viewers crazy. Oh, yeah. That's cool. So I want to do this too. You want to give it the clouds or the sky, the wispy clouds, kind of a windblown look to your painting. A baby wipe is strongly recommended. You want to blend your colors? Do it with a baby wipe. All kinds of different techniques. You can use to swirl it around. That actually looks, I think it looked cooler upside down. Hey, if I didn't know any better, those look like mountains in the background. I think I found a really cool idea for just for accidental masterpieces. Okay, if you're into details, then you might be thinking I ruined this picture, but I don't think I did. You know, I think I accomplished the goal. The objective, you know, here is to take a piece of wax paper, put it over blank paper. You can use the handle of anything. The first time I did it, I used the eraser end of a pencil, and that was kind of strange. Where did I put that? I'll have to see if I can find that picture. I have to find that picture because now I have to show it to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the picture, and then I'm going to set up paper for the next one. I'm going to just try that and kind of do, I'll probably do leaves, or I might do maybe a string of ivy, you know, a vine, and then put some leaves up. That way I can do a complete wash. And then I'm going to try this one. What is this? I'm going to try this one. I had to pull the hairs off of it. It attracts hair very quickly. And then I'm going to kind of mess around with this and see what I can do. Pull more of this color away and blend it into, you know, I want to try and blend this into the green, but that I'm looking at mud if I do that right. Maybe I can put some mountains up here courtesy of the mud. That's an idea. Okay. I will come back and I'll do a screenshot afterwards. I'll be back. Okay, take 2 on this one. So what I ended up doing is taking the wipe and just totally taking off this flower, which I added back on, but now you don't see the wax paper on there, or like the white lineage here. So it totally blended in when I wiped it off, or as I was wiping it off. So I kind of drew the petals back in, although this one that looks like it's backwards. So I'm going to show you this blue one that I did a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of weekends, I can't remember. And this is the one I did. Oh wait, wrong way. This is the one I did just to kind of play around. I used Arteza watercolor brush pens with it, and it didn't quite do what I thought it was going to do. It didn't leave the wax paper lines. There were wax paper, you know, these are wax paper drawings, but when I colored over it with the watercolor marker and then added water to it, it just did a big old wash and left. It looks cool in its own right. And then if you look carefully at the petals, they look different, right? And that's because I added salt. I added some coarse salt, sea salt to it to see if I could get another effect out of it. And I did, but it just looks kind of weird. Also, I used this very thin mixed media paper. Oh, look at the back. That's cool too. So I started pulling some of the paper off. As you can see, this is bits of paper, so it started peeling. There's a little salt granule. There's another salt granule, so there's still salt granules on here. I could have sworn I took them all off, but so that's kind of cool. It has a rough, smooth around here, but when you get to the petals, there's a rougher texture, and the leaves as well. So that's something, and then of course this is where the salt was, so it kind of pushes the color away and makes it look like it's really cool, a cool design or abstractness to it. That's that one. So it doesn't really work with watercolor markers. I didn't try it with putting the paper or putting the wax paper on, drawing the picture, and then just coating the whole thing in just water, and then putting the Arteza or the watercolor markers on there. I could try that. I don't know if I'll try that on camera, but I could definitely try it. Okay, so the next one is this one. Make sure. I have this wiped off. I definitely like this flower. And I like this part right here. And the leaves turned out really cool too on these two. And the grass. And the grass worked. Not too bad. So we're going to try it now. I'm going to use green as the color, and I am going to use the sponge brush to push it across the page, or to do the wash of sorts, the resist. So I need to dry my surface, even though I'm going to wet it in a minute. And I'm going to use the other side. This is the flat side. I'm going to try that again. And of course, the more water that's added to... Oh, you know, I think what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut this off. Okay. I grab these. Because these have different thicknesses. These handles do. Oh, got one escaping from me. Two trying to make their way out of my hands. Oh, let's see. I'm feeling for the bottom. Maybe this one. They don't go anywhere. What is that? What is that, Tammy? Hairy Beast handle. Oh, that was probably in one of my brush handles. Not my brush handle. In my, yeah. The, the brush holder before I added the smoothie straws to it. So I didn't pull the glue off of it. The stickiness off the handle here. Okay. So we won't draw with that one. We'll draw with this one. Okay, now, the trick. The trick. Getting them all back in and the lid back on without damaging a brush. Did it work? It worked. Okay. So I'm going to start down here. For starters, I'm going to do single shots right now. I can crop all the other stuff around it out of the picture. Be ready to smile. I'm trying to look, is that... It was straight. Perfection. Smile. Okay. I'm gonna do a smile on this one too. Maybe I should zoom in for this one so we can see. Maybe, hopefully. Smile. I keep going for the off button instead of the camera button. Okay. I'm gonna take, I think this is dry, and I'm gonna take off the... I was messing around with this some more. So I added mountains in the background. And I used the Winsor Newton watercolor markers and added more of the blue in the background, mostly because I just wanted to get that purple out of there and stuff. So that's that. I am learning how to use these. These are watercolor markers, Winsor and Newton. And I think the paper needs to be wet to apply this properly. You know, you can draw a picture with it if you want to, and then just add some water to kind of blend out the color a little bit, but it's not going to... there's a different technique with these. Here comes Coconut. There goes Coconut. Hi, Coconut. What you doing? Hi, Coconut. Where are you going? Are you leaving me? The elusive Coconut. So I think because you can see I did streaks. I took the marker and I made streaks first with the blue, lighter blue, this one, and then with darker blue, this one. And you can still see those marker streaks in the background. So I'm thinking, might that be better, like better used? Might they be better used if I wet the paper first and then, you know, then took the marker over it? Or to color a picture or draw a picture with the markers and then kind of use a brush to bring the color out like this way if I did a flower or something. So I'm going to have to work on that a little more. But this is, you know, just adding to it. That's pretty cool. So now you want me to zoom in. Oh. Can we see any of the flowers? There we go with the blur. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out and bring it up. Manual zoom. This type of manual zoom. I want to see if I see some flowers here, leaves here. Some Oh yeah, some leaves here. Okay, so my watercolor resist took a twist, a sea salt twist. So it's still not too bad, but I think what I might do is I might take markers and outline the leaves where the wax is to kind of bring that out a little bit more. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to use watercolor markers. I think I'm going to use I might paint Mod Podge over it and then use maybe Sharpie ultra fine permanent tips and just kind of trace around the stem if I can find it, and then I'm gonna do that one off camera. So that means I'm signing off of this video of this craft. Yay! Look, my friend contacted me at, wow, 9:22. Okay, I cannot respond to her because I know she's sleeping. Okay. Randomize. And what kind of day do you want to have? Have a wonderful day.